Folks, you reality gurus, the show we take a conversational approach to issues through complex conversation. You know I'm your host, G. Cleveland. Check it out, folks. Make sure you check out that youtube.com/reality guru show and consider subscribing. Hit us with a like, hit us with a share. Make sure a lot of people get some of this good content. You know it's me, and I got my man Ye. What's up, buddy? It's after midnight.
All is good. All is good. All is well. Let's do it. Let's talk
I know you you just finished watching the game, right? Did you just finish watching Golden State and Portland? Wasn't that a snooze fest? Holy shit! I'm gonna be honest, man. I didn't watch most of the series, and I got to be honest, man.
You didn't need to.
This is my thing, man. I'm gonna be honest with regard to this playoffs in 2019, man. Even though Kawhi has brought some real memorable moments. Even Damian Lillard had a memorable moment. It just feels naked without LeBron James. And I'm not saying I'm a huge LeBron James fan. The player feels a little naked without LeBron James. So why don't you fill me in on what the hell happened with the Golden State and the Portland? What the fuck happened, man?
It was a complete demolition job. That's what it was. They got them boys up and out of there real quick so they can go on and rest up. They can let KD rest up, heal up, and they can get ready for the finals to go on and win another championship to stake their claim as the greatest team
now you're bugging.
Time. Yeah, I said it.
Yo, what you did?
Team
all right, folks, let's get into the NBA to make the claim that Golden State is the greatest team of all time. So listen, let's go ahead and think about it, man. Those are big shoes to fill. You've had some dynasties over the course of the NBA's 50-something years. A lot of dynasties, man. The one thing that is, I'm just going to jump right out and just say this: why I couldn't give Golden State that title was because of the style of basketball that's being played nowadays, man. I don't see no killers on the Warriors. The only killer, they feel like this.
What do you define as a killer?
When I think about a killer, man, the way that Steph Curry is able to go ahead and pirouette and all that ballerina shit into the lane. Back in the 90s, there'd have been, God rest his soul, or Anthony Mason would have caught him with one of them. You understand? Or Charles Oakley with one of them. You understand? So with the style of play going on right now, don't get me wrong, because Steph can shoot the lights out the gym, fella. I get that. But if you take that shot from him, he's going into the paint. I want to see a couple killers, man. I don't think Golden State has any killers. They got Draymond. They got Draymond.
I
don't know if I'm gonna label him as a killer, but I think he would be the closest to what that throwback, rough, tough. Don't have a real jump shot. But when they get down to
Iguodala get a little physical too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You get a little.
They used to call when he was in Philly, Iguodala. And they was calling him Baby AI or whatever the hell this shit he was calling him. He looked, as a physically, intimidating. But dude, man, Iguodala for me always felt like a cupcake as far as he's not really imposing. This is not, not for his manhood. He just didn't seem like the confrontational type. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about a killer.
Yeah.
Can you, if they're the greatest team, I want you to tell me who, because if we take them from 2019 and put them into 1999, are they surviving? Are they surviving?
Look. They're definitely surviving, and I'll tell you why. All right, we got different. We compare different eras, so we got to be fair. Them boys from the 90s, they grew up in a different time. They grew up in a harder time where it was harder on the streets. Just life in general was rough. When you went to them street parks, it got rough. So that toughened you up for what you was gonna go through in the NBA. Don't lie. This generation, they playing AAU. They calling little cupcake fouls. So it's different. So I'm going to say this. I feel like if the Golden State boys grew up in that era, their mentality would be different. But when you bring it back down to the fundamentals of basketball, they do that greater than any other team ever when it comes to passing that ball, shooting that ball, their defense, you know what I'm saying? Their strategy, their cohesiveness as a team. It's the greatest that I've ever seen. They would wipe the floor with the Bulls. They wiped the floor with them Shaq and Kobe Lakers. They wiped the floor with all them boys from the 80s. They wiping the floor with them boys. Because the boys can't shoot with them, man.
Here's the question. I'm thinking about dominant, low post, big man. Dominant, low post, big man. I want to know who on the Golden State Warriors is stopping a dominant, low post, big man. I mean, go ahead. You gotta.
I got an easy answer for that. The flow of the game is what's gonna stop him. He's gonna stop himself because his coach is gonna say, "Damn, they are moving fast paced up and down the court, and you're slowing us down. And every time they get down the court, it's 5-on-4. I gotta take your big ass out the paint and put you on the bench and put somebody in the game that can keep up with their pace." And they shooting threes. You just busting twos. We down in the score. They shooting threes. We got to put a big man in the game that can shoot threes.
Listen, fellas, folks, y'all know Ye is bugging, right? Y'all know he is losing his mind right now. Listen, with the dominant low post big man, you're going to have a seasoned, intelligent point guard who's going to slow the game down. Miss me with this running up and down the court. We're going to slow this game down. Forget this Mike D'Antoni. I want you to make sure you get the ball up within the first 7 seconds of the shot clock. No way. We slowing this down. Yeah. Dominant.
It sounds easy. You don't think teams are trying to do that?
They don't have a dominant low post big man, and they don't have no killers. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. They don't have no killers. They don't got no low post big man. We're talking about dynasties now, and you saying Warriors is being the greatest dynasty of all time. So I'm just looking at it in terms of this. If you take a Chicago Bulls, right, and you bring them to 2019 and allow them to bring their killers with them, are the Warriors are they even in the conversation of winning 3 championships in 4 years? Are we having that conversation?
Okay, I'll say this. You put them in the finals right now against the Warriors, it'll be a hell of a series.
Can they bring their killers? Can they bring their killers with them? Because that's what, if they can bring
they can bring their killers. They can bring their killers with them. But if they can bring their killers, I got to keep today's rules. Can I keep today's rules?
No, they don't. It doesn't make sense. No, I mean, in the sense that, this is the reason why you can't keep today's rules, because you can keep today's sports medicine, you can keep today's medicine, the enhancements, and you can keep that. You're not telling me that Steph Curry is shooting 40-foot, 35-foot 3-pointers, and come on, man. You can have all that skill set. You can have it, but the flagrant 1s and 2s, miss me with that shit. If you roll your eyes at a ref to giving you a technical, miss me with all that,
bruh.
That's what I want you to get rid of. You put Golden State in an atmosphere like that with these killers. Are you still? Are they winning these championships, Jay? That's what I want to understand. They ain't winning nothing.
If you putting them in the air with the killers and with the rules that the killers play by, the Warriors, they're gonna get their ass whooped. I'll be honest about that. They're gonna get punked. You know what I'm saying? They straight up, they getting punked. And it brings me to a conversation I had the other day. LeBron James. It's sad to see a playoff year without him. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel the same. He's the king. He's the guy. He's that guy that's air. He's my guy. But it's one criticism that I got to give him. We talk about today's NBA. We talk about how soft it has become, how everybody's friends, how they buddy, how they kicking it with each other in the off season, how they teaming up with each other and all this nonsense. And how that has kind of torn away from the fabric of the game. We come from a game where rivalries was real. Them fights was real. When you came in the paint, them elbows was real because the hatred was real. I wasn't working out with you in the summertime because I would beat you. NBA final. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say the league follows the face of the league. And ultimately, this generation, LeBron was the face of the league. And LeBron is one of the more softer faces of the league that the league has ever seen. So the league ultimately follows suit. So I'm saying that to say, I was talking about that boy Giannis and the type of mentality that he got. They say he don't work out with none of the other superstars. They say he don't want to team up with none of the other superstars. He said none of these other superstars is his friends. He said he just want to beat these dudes. He ain't trying to work out with these dudes so they can see his moves, so they can be not planning on him. They said when he first came to the league, he was running to the stadium every day. I don't know if he still do it, but they say he was running from wherever he lived to the stadium every day. They said his first check, he sent it back home to Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say this young brother right here got a different type of heart, a different type of mentality, just a different type of just alpha in him. And if he becomes the face of the league like I think he is, because I think it's going to be good for business for the league, for them to continue to internationalize the game. I think it's going to be good for the game. It's going to be good for rivalries. It's going to be good for the competitiveness of the league. So I'm excited.
Well, that's the thing. Like I hear that they were saying that it would probably be tough to make him the face because of his personality. Sort of like the same thing they were saying about Kawhi Leonard, but not as drastic. With Kawhi, they were saying that he was boring. But I just think with Giannis, with the Greek freak, I think that he just doesn't care. You see what I'm saying? He's coming in here with that hunger, and it's good to see that. It's refreshing to see something like that. I just wonder how long it's going to last. Wonder if let's just say, God forbid, I'm wishing for this because Warriors apparently is the people who you think is the greatest dynasty, whatever. But let's say that the Bucks go ahead and they win this title. I wonder if he loses a little bit of the hunger. I wonder if he loses a little bit of the hunger. But that's interesting, man. But that's just we're talking about faces of the league. Let's talk about what's getting ready to come up for this year. For 2019-2020, we just had the NBA draft. I am a Knicks fan, and unfortunately, they sent. You see who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Pat Ewing. Do you see how my man Pat down at the lottery, man, to get the number 3 pick? Pat was dressed up. He had the suit, shaved, everything to get the number 3 pick. Pat knew he was getting number 1 because I knew he was getting number 1. They brought.
I thought so.
But anyway, so now with the surprises, it just seems like the sham is on. They not even making it seem subtle no more. How you going to give the Pelicans the number 1 pick? How you going to give them, with all of the controversy surrounding AD, now all of a sudden they get the number 1 pick in the draft?
But gee, I got to be honest though. Of course we know the NBA lottery has always been set up. Even when it was the little lottery balls in the envelopes, it was always set up. But like you said, it looks more fixed now than ever before, especially and the Lakers fall at 3 and 4. But I got to be honest. I like it. I like them trying to support the smaller markets because, again, remember the mentality of these superstars that I'm not. I gotta coin it. It started with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? With these superstars teaming up in the major cities, they saying, "Hey, we got to find a way to keep this competitive level high. We got to find a way to create parity in the league. We got to find a way to help out the smaller markets so that all of the superstars just don't go all team up in LA and New York." So I like it. I'm with it. Now it's on the smaller market to be able to put together a winner around these young superstars when they get drafted there, or you have the 80 situation all over again.
This is the thing. I don't know if that situation with the Pelicans, it's not like I really care, but not that
you care because you would have wanted Zion on the Knicks. You would have wanted him on the Knicks.
All right, so let's keep it honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna front like Zion wouldn't have done something to the city, to the team. You know what I mean? It made the tickets that people pay for worth paying for. Have you seen a ticket at the Madison Square Garden for a New York Knicks home game? Have you seen? Incredible. But anyway, see, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. I don't really believe that the Pelicans were too. How do you can't say they were too at fault with what was going on with AD, because it's not like they didn't try to put any players around there. You know, Drew Holiday is a solid player, and when Boogie was in, you know. So you got to think about it for a minute. Like, you know, unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. Boogie got hit with his injuries, and you know, it looked like they were trying to create like a Tim Duncan, David Robinson type of thing, like they had back in with San Antonio and shit. But unfortunately, with him not being able to stay healthy, you know. And then what about AD, man? What about him? Like, what? You know, does he have anything? You know, I don't think he's the greatest leader. Do you think he's the greatest leader? I mean, you know, I don't. I'm not saying he's ever thrown any of his players under the bus or anything like that, but I don't see him as that player that kind of galvanizes the team. Now, even though the team knows that this is his team, you know, it would be nice to see him stand into that role and embrace it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
So now you questioning his leadership capabilities, but are you questioning his talent that he's not, let's say, a top 5 talent in the league?
Well, no, he is. I'm just saying that with the whole idea of, you know, Pelicans being, you know, the fingers are being pointed at him because, you know, they feel like AD's 7 years in New Orleans was wasted. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily believe that it's absolutely their fault, you know, because we're going to the arguing about the small markets. Like, look, man. Listen, I like what these young guys are doing, man. I like what these, not even just say young guys like a LeBron or whatever in their 30s or whatever. I like what they're doing. I like the example that they're setting. You know, for too long, man, it was they didn't have any control. You know, these players didn't have any control or limited control. They had their guaranteed contracts, but, you know, the control was so limited, man. When LeBron got into this league, man, and started doing the things he was doing, man, and, you know, becoming the face, and he did the right thing, in my opinion. He used his celebrity, his popularity, you know, what he was getting from the league, and he used it to change it for the good, for the positive, as far as the players are concerned. Now, you know, owners and stuff may not feel that way, but, you know, as far as the players and stuff is concerned, you know, LeBron has always looked out, man. You know, when you think about the TV deals, you know, with the sponsorships and all that, man, you know, and him in making sure that the collective bargaining agreements that these players were getting compensated, these super max deals and shit, you know, it lets you know that when a Zion Williamson is coming into the league, you know, he has some things to think about. They say that there's rumors, you know, I don't know how serious it's going to be, but it's a possibility that, you know, because it's a small market, Zion really wants to play for the Knicks, because we all know that, right? Everybody does know that Zion wants to play for New York, right? Yeah, let's talk that
actually, at the lottery, you know what I'm saying, walking up to all of the NBA logos. He was walking up, looking at all of the logos up there. Everybody's clapping, they taking pictures for social media and shit. And he just happened to walk up to that Atlanta Hawks logo, and he tapped that thing twice, and he looked down and he smiled at that thing. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, and that just said to me as a Hawks fan, that damn, I would love to come down there with Trey TL, having him throwing them pretty oops to me and me just yamming that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the cards didn't fall that way. We got the number 8 and number 10 pick. We'll see what we can do with
all of that. With all of that talk, man, like, you know, with Zion, just watching him, you know, this year. And Duke, man, no one would lose actually drafting that kid, man. No one would fucking lose, man. Incredible. Either way, man. I'm gonna get off this basketball thing because, you know, I don't really think that we're gonna come to an agreement with regard to the Warriors being the greatest dynasty, but I think we can come to an agreement on that knockout. So hold on for a minute. So I think Breazeale was talking some shit. I don't really know the details behind all the shit that he was talking, But we talking, what was it, 29 seconds, 59 seconds of the first round? And it was a clean one too. It was like when they showed the slow motion, you seen the ripples in Wilder's arm when he, it's like he really did the worm on that. He like so. My thing is, man, how you feel about the win though? You know what I mean? It's a dominant knockout, but as far as the win is concerned, does it mean anything, bro? You know, because we don't want to see him fighting him. That's not who we want to see him fighting, man. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a couple of the names out there, you know. The Tyson Fury one is a definite one that we need to see again. If for no other reason than just to allow him to prove that, you know, just boxers who can move aren't his kryptonite. Because Tyson Fury had Wilder swinging for the fences that night.
He did. I'm surprised he survived that. Those knockdowns. Oh my God. Oh man. He said that Fury's team was actually avoiding the rematch. He said that's what they wanted right after that, but he said they backed out of that. But he said eventually it'll come. No,
look, man. I think I put it like this, man. I think Wilder, you know, needs it more than Fury does, honestly. For that reason, because you know the whole label is now that he can't deal with, you know, slick boxers, and Fury being as tall and big as he is, man, that boy can move. And he kept him moving all over the place. But I don't know, man. I mean, what does he need? What is he gonna need to? What would he need to do? You know, to get people to feel like he is the man of the division. Like what else can he do, man? You know, who else is out there? What's that kid from Great Britain? The Joshua, AJ
Joshua.
So
talking about another Nigerian. Nigerians be
taking over. Anthony Joshua's Nigerian? Really?
He's Nigerian too, baby. We taking over. Look. Wilder is on a great path right now. This guy is raw talent and he's so marketable. I love it. America's been waiting for that for quite some time, specifically in the heavyweight division. And what a great time to come out, you know what I'm saying, right after Floyd Mayweather then bowed out. I'm going to actually throw a statement out there that you really might disagree with. You really might get mad at me. I'm going to go on and say this.
It's about boxing? Oh shit!
It's about boxing. Yeah, I'm a. You know, we always got to go old school, new school. I got to do it. I'm gonna go on out there and say it. I think that Wilder is showing us that he's gonna be greater than Tyson, man. He's showing flashes that he's even greater knockout artist than Tyson. As raw and as ugly as we say that he does it, this boy got 40 KOs already. Tyson only had 44 throughout his whole career. And I think Tyson don't even like it, because every time I see an interview with Tyson, he always got a little jab that he want to take at Wilder. I think it's hate. I think it's probably sort of like you know, the same way like one of these great basketball dynasties would feel about how you know, anointed the Warriors. I gotta keep mentioning that shit. How you anointed the Warriors the greatest dynasty of all time, because you take away from the fact that, you know, the way that things are being played now, like the competition that, and this ain't no knock on Wilder at all. It's just the heavyweight division is whack, bro, and it's been whack until he showed up. It was terrible, you know. So you start thinking about whoa, with the comparison to Tyson. Who did Tyson
beat? Tyson when.
All those knockouts really came from a bunch of tomato cans.
Wait. Tyson was knocking out champions, right?
Come on, name them. Let's name some.
No, but see, we ain't talking about necessarily Hall of Famers. We're not necessarily. We're not saying Hall of Fame. Okay, so you're going to jump from contender all the way to Hall of Famer, Yank.
Look. This is what I see. And I came with this notion from the whole Floyd Mayweather argument I've had with many people. Hey, You were born when you were born. Your era is your era. It's not your fault when you were born. It's up to you to dominate whatever era you fall in. It's not your fault if it ain't a bunch of Hall of Famers out there. Hey, it's just on you to dominate, make that money, and create your legacy. So I'm saying with Tyson, maybe things were a little bit overrated. I'm gonna go out there because they want to really criticize my boy Wilder and say he didn't beat nobody, but. But
see, really you gotta if you're going but you can't compare that because you know Tyson was. Here's my thing. What if Wilder had, say for instance, the Wilder had the Klitschko's on his resume, right? Knockout wins. Yeah. Over, let's just say knockout wins over the Klitschko's on his resume. Let's say that he had fought Anthony Joshua, right? Another, because Anthony Joshua was huge. That boy is huge, right?
Oh my God. I think he got him by like 40 to 60
So like when now you see Wilder, you know, he's a hell of a lot more lean than he was. Joshua maintains that. So I mean, I'm scared. You know, you saw what happened when Luis Ortiz hit Wilder. It knocked this equilibrium off. So I'm wondering.
But what did he prove in that fight? He proved his heart, and he proved that he has a chin. He was wild, he was stumble, but he gained his composure and he closed that fight out. I mean, again, I'm gonna take a shot at y'all guy. Tyson ain't had no chin. You know what I'm saying? When that chin got checked, we seen who Tyson really was.
You know, I mean, that's another thing. Tyson, you know, he scared these cats to death. I remember when he fought Bruce Seldon. I don't know if anybody remembers when he fought Bruce Seldon, when Seldon had the title and this was this big to do. Tyson had just came back, you know what I mean? And Bruce Seldon, man, just when you want to talk about lay down, like literally like lay down, Tyson barely hit this cat and he couldn't even fake fall right. It was just crazy. Tyson had people so afraid of him that they were doing crap like that. Just come in, let me get this check and leave. Yeah. I don't think Wilder is putting that fear into, and it's no knock on him because I love the brother. I love what he's doing. But if he had a Klitschko or so under his resume, it would make me feel a whole lot better about the argument with Mike Tyson, man.
Man, who's the Klitschko under Tyson's belt? He don't get, because when he went against them boys, they gave it to him. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, ATL's own Evander Holyfield. Who's that? They got him over there in China.
That was the first loss. You know
So I'm just saying, let's get a man his props. I was even one that, you know, I fucks with Wilder, but I was even saying when I first started seeing Joshua come up the ranks, I'm like, oh man, I don't think he could deal with Joshua, because Joshua, he got that technique, he got the skill, he's so technically sound as far as when we break down the sweet science of it all. To, you know, Wilder's he's a one-trick pony, he's a home run hitter. I don't know if he could deal with him, but these knockouts that I'm seeing, I'm saying to myself something different. Like, hold up. He's just waiting for that moment. He's waiting for that moment, and he's laying that shot on him, and people can't take that shot across their face. And I'm gonna say this too from the interviews I've seen with Joshua. It seems like Joshua is not confident about what he can do against Wilder in the ring. You know, it's one thing going up against these other guys, these Tomaticans we never heard of. But he's watching these videos of Wilder like we watching these videos. And he knows when that bell rings, it's him and Wilder in that ring. Wilder wants that. He wants that. He's confident. He says, he want to go in that ring right now. He said Joshua was the running. He want that fade.
One thing that you missing is that Anthony Joshua has a Klitschko under his belt. But folks, we had a great show. Ain't nobody listening to him no more. Make sure you check out that youtube.com/reality guru show. Consider subscribing and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. We don't want y'all missing none of this good content. On behalf of my man Ye, G Cleve, Reality Gurus.
Thanks, man. And Killer Cuff. We about to body this one. My day one.